Utopia. I decided to take the slower train journey to get to Bowlef's Buzzy Bees, because today I'm trying to get my bee situation sorted. Bowlef has been very busy. Just stay there? Yeah, just stays there. Cool. Bowlef has been very busy over here. I'll give you a quick tour around actually. Well, capture some amazing stuff. Lots of flowers everywhere. I think that's just naturally occurring flowers everywhere. He's got this little setup in here for his, what is it? Industrious, his Imperials, his Oilies, Imperials again, more Industrious, and Cultivated, because he's making everything he needs in this little section here to make more Alvarez. Not so sure about the oily ones. I think he's, oh yeah, he's doing something over there. Look, I can't quite see it from over here. Let's have a look. Let's go and have a look. Let's put the flights on. He's doing something over here for the oilies. I believe these are all going to have oily bees in. Yeah, nothing in there at the minute though. The idea, I don't want to spoil. Oh, it's going down a bit as well. Wow. So yeah, he's going to be making an oily bee geyser. So the oil will be spewing from the top, covering the whole thing once he's put all the pipes on and everything, hiding it all away under a great big oil spurt. And then down at the bottom somewhere he's going to be refining the oil into fuel to give him a power source over here, so he's not tapping into the Warlord's power source from over there. He's still got all his basic random bees around the place that he's doing stuff with, and they have populated the local area with lots and lots of flowers, as you can see. But I'm here for special bee in particular. Special bees that I've been working on getting. He managed to get me excited bees. Lots of drones in there, lots of queens and that in there. What we got here? 2 drones. Get rid of those into there. And oh, actually, cultivated drone. That's not mine either. And his chest full of goodies. I'll put that stringy comb in there. There we go. That should do it. So, I don't think I've been down here and shown you before. Bowlef has been very busy with combs. Everything that's in this display here has been gotten from bees. He's got the full setup down here. Everything that you need down here. The only problem is it keeps getting a bit more tight and compact, and he's had to extend it quite a few times. He's tried to extend it a few times. But we're here for a couple of reasons. Did I put anything in there? Purifier? No. Synthesizer? Yes, I've put something in the synthesizer. What was that? Cave dwelling. That was it. Put the cave dwelling in the purifier to get it from awful up to excellent. I've been working to try and get the excited bee serum that he found. He managed to breed excited bees, and he managed to get the serum from the excited bees. And I then changed a random forest queen that I just went out and fetched into an excited queen. And I've been trying to get this excited queen to have all the traits that I need. Yeah, lapis drone. These lapis drones are from my supply of lapis bees, and they are producing lapis like rock and so on. No flowers involved, but the main things are here. They've got, or at least they had, normal temperature, normal humidity, and nocturnal, so they worked all the time. So those lapis drones, I think I threw in there because I've got so many of them at the minute. I'll show you later what I've got going on at the minute. But I'm here to upgrade. Actually, let's see. I'm upgrading this excited queen. This excited queen currently has near enough all the traits that I'm looking for in a queen. And as far as I can tell, if there's active and inactive traits, then the offspring will have a mix of whatever there is possible, active and inactive. I don't know for sure, but I think so. See, this has had 6 generations in captivity and produced quite a few different drones that have got lots of the same qualities, but a lot of things they don't share. So there's been so many different properties, active and inactive, within this princess as she cycled through 6 generations, that I've not been able to get it to be a stable, pure bee. But now I've bred them in such a fashion that now all of these on the number 2, I don't know what that is exactly, but I don't know what you call that, but on number 2, active and inactive is the same. Number 3, yeah, that's always the same. They produce the redstone combs, and everything else is the same. So it's only really 1 and 2 that I ever look at. On 1, I upgraded the princess to be the fastest production, fastest speed, because he's got a serum for that. Pollination slower, not bothered, but this one's flowers and rock. Everything else has evened out except for flowers and rock. And that's through naturally breeding these bees up. You see, this is rock and rock. So if I bred her with rock and rock, this bee may then make her only want rock as flowers. But the problem with this is it's got cave no and flyer no here. So there may then be offspring that have cave no in them, or offspring that have flyer no in them. And while all of this may transfer over, the queen may end up passing over slower to her followers or children, and flowers to her children, which means there's still so many different ways that could go wrong for me and spread the drones out again and dilute the strain. So what I'm after here is, because this queen has got everything perfect on that side, just the way I want it, except for humidity. I've got to change the humidity levels. Actually, no, humidity's fine. Everything's fine on this side. The only thing that's different with active and inactive are flowers. So when she breeds and breaks down into drones, there'll be some drones that like flowers and some drones that like rock. And then that's when I've got a problem. I've got to then breed her again. But there's a quicker way, and that is to find the rock pollination serum, which Bowlef has sorted out, and I've put through this system over here, which basically the synthesizer gives it charges but lowers the quality, and then the purifier increases the quality. You see, that's now excellent quality cave dwelling. So I'll put that excellent quality cave dwelling back in there for him, because I've been using it. And I'm going to put this into the inoculator. I want to give this queen rock pollination instead of flowers. Now this takes a little bit of time, and she will stay there until both active and inactive become rock pollination. In theory, yes, in theory. So I'm going to get rid of all those drones because I don't need them anymore. And what I do is I just leave them in there, and then Bowlef comes and takes them and puts them into here, or takes more serums off them, or whatever he wants. We've also got this modest princess here and this forest queen here that I want to try and get to a similar sort of level. He had Valiant going there. So I need to change them to excited species, and I need them to go through the whole process the same as this queen. But what I'm planning on doing is taking this queen's drones and breeding them with the princesses from these queens, and get these excited queens into breeding cycles to end up with, I think I'm going to go for 4 excited queens that are purebred in the same style. So all of the drones would stack because they're all exactly the same, in theory. So this is nearly finished, so I'll be right back in a second when it's done. Looks like it didn't work first time round, so we've got to sit through it all over again. So while we're waiting, I'm I'm going to head out and do a couple of little jobs around this place, and then I'll be back in another second. Well, here she is. The excited queen has got me all excited. Flowers rock. She took 3 doses of the serum before she changed to rock in the active. So now she doesn't need flowers. She is nocturnal, and she doesn't mind caves. She's got the right humidities for my little farm area, and it's all matching. So the next thing to do is to test out to see if she produces offspring that are identical, because there are no inactive traits that are different from the active. She is now, as far as I can tell, pure. But we still have to get the others ready. So that was rock pollination. We'll get that out of the way. I need some more excited queens. At least these 2 I want to turn into excited queens. So I'm going to put this into there, her into there, and her into there. I've got 10 charges. They should turn to excited queens in 10 charges and appear at the bottom here, and then I can put the next thing in. I was thinking of putting flowers pollination in, but I don't think I'll bother now. Now rock's okay. So I'm going to need rock. Fast productivity's got plenty of charges. Cave dwelling, nocturnals, not quite got many charges. Temperature both there. They're both got decent charges, so I don't really need to leave any charging up for him. But what I do is I really try to synthesize and purify the serums that I'm using at the time, so that he's got plenty left over afterwards and I'm not wasting it. He's got plenty of BNA, that's not a problem, and the power supply is not an issue either. So there's Bowlef's buzzing bees. So let's take the train back to our base. Well, at least to put this off. See Doodart's power station building up nicely. That oil is going to look cool up there. And Tanhan's been a bit busy doing a few other little technical projects for me. He hasn't finished it yet though, so I can't show you yet. And the railway system, well, since we all got the ability to fly, no one uses this. I'm using this because, well, I fancied it. I just fancied a ride around. I've sort of got a bit of a vanilla thing going on now where I want to make minecart tracks and travel the world. But that's for vanilla. So dismiss the cart. It's awesome. And then fly the rest of the way home. Load up! Load up, world, load up! Oh, thanks for the eggs. That coin. That coin. Yeah, it's still not quite finished down there. But what we have got done so far in here... we'll turn those right off. I've been having my lapis bees running constantly in this alvery. And they've produced quite a lot. And this is what I mean about stacking offspring. That's what I want this queen to be able to do. Stack her offspring, so it needs to be perfect. And the lapis combs, they don't get produced as often as the rocky combs do. But each one's worth 6 lapis, I believe. Let me just check that. I did some testing in there. Yeah, 6 lapis. It's 6 lapis in a centrifuge, 1 comb. And I've also processed 4 of the red combs just to make sure they were redstone. So now this queen, do I trust her? Yes, I trust her. Go on. In you go, love. You be good for me. You be good for me. You start making lots of little children. I've already done like 23 odd combs just from like testing things out. So I'll centrifuge those while I'm waiting as well. What else have we got that I can show you? Oh yeah, well, the main thing, of course. This we're going to get back to in a bit, and we're going to do some setting up and see if we can get applied energistics on the job down here. In here, I've made a few changes. For a start, I've decided this little setup needs to go somewhere else. So I'm going to move this and rig it. But now I've got 64 stacks of cobble, 64 stacks of glass, and I've currently got plenty in the system, so I don't really need it, but I can transfer it in by hand. I want to set the furnace up in here. I want the furnace in here to be like the main thing. And let's just set for obsidian for some reason. I set that up as well. I set up my infinite diamonds, infinite gold, and this bit, you like it. I ran out of dark iron ingots to make more routers, so that's a bit of a work in progress, but I like the style of it, very factory-like. And this one is, of course, the reggae. Right, this rig, check it out. I've put this here because I'm planning on encasing the whole thing now it's automated. I've set it up. It looks like a lot of complicated bits and pieces thrown together with an AE system all of its own. But let me show you through the system. Okay, so we all know about the obsidian. Obsidian is made by using lava and using water to make the obsidian. So they've got the water generation underneath, and we've got the lava coming straight from the lava tank, boink, lava tank into here. And you can see the lava tank is draining. It's draining because I'm using so much to make so much obsidian. But this system, it pumps straight out into this chest here. And this obsidian chest, when it's full, will mean that this can't eject. So it won't do any more, so it'll just stop. So it'll stop using the lava up, and it will just stop until obsidian's missing from the chest. And that gives me a very big stock of obsidian. This then accesses the chest and turns it to iron. And I've shown you all this before, really. That turns the iron into gold. That turns the gold into diamonds. Oh, I've got a stack of diamonds missing from there. Oh well. And this system here, this import bus, imports iron to the system, imports gold to the system, and guess what? Yeah, inputs diamonds to the system. So it imports the diamonds from there into the system, and the system is up here and has a chest. And the chest has those 3 items allocated into it as the whole system. So the system has a stock that's in the system. The system then tells these level emitters, when iron's at 400, emit a redstone signal to turn that off, so it just gathers iron. When this hits 200 gold, turn on, so it turns that off. And when this hits 10 or more, turn that off. Easy, easy peasy. Now this has run out of a minim shard, and this has run out of a minim shard, and this has the minim shard. So let's take the minim shard and put it over here, as we don't really need the diamonds right now. You can see that it'll start just creating all the iron out of all of this obsidian, and it works really super fast. So if I ever create a demand for iron, then it's going to be able to make vast quantities of iron for me very quickly. So there's up to, well, it's crafting both at the same time, it seems. So what have we got? We've got gold nearly reaching its 200 mark, and iron nearly reaching its 400 mark. So then these two will turn on to stop extracting, and these guys will fill up again. But I'm out of minim shard again, so the minim shard situation really needs to be rectified and fixed, and somehow I need to import minim shards into this. So yeah, that's coming from the power supply at the minute, powering everything. I'll put an energy crystal in place so that as it does lots and lots of moving around, it's got plenty of power supply. But it won't use anything unless it needs to. Now these up here, this tesseract here is on the obsidian channel. On my private personal channels, obsidian, gold, iron and diamonds, fertilizer and cactus. So the obsidian one brings it in and puts obsidian straight into this chest. So wherever obsidian is made or dropped into the system, it will also come to this chest first, if it can, to fill this chest first. So this machine isn't doing all the work. These guys up at the top here, these are export buses, exporting iron, exporting gold, exporting diamonds, and these are the tesseracts which are sending iron, gold and diamonds. So these guys transmit from this system the iron, the gold, and the diamonds to anywhere in the world, and this receives obsidian from anywhere in the world. I just need to add in the minimum shards. I need to put in at least having, say, 2 minimum shards in here, and then a level emitter stopping the tesseract, because you can stop tesseracts with that as well. So I could put the signal like that, and as soon as there's 2 in the system, this will then stop. And really I should do with it being on the side here, or injecting into that one directly, couldn't I? I could do with having it imported into there as often as possible. But that's by the by, I've got to figure that one out. Let's see what you did. You ended up with 2 drones the same and 1 new one. 1 different one. So let's see what you managed to get out of this then. The chances are that these 2 drones are the ones that I actually want to use. So they are active and inactive exactly the same. They are active and inactive exactly the same, which is perfect. The queen is... oh, she's picked up a slower. She's picked up a slower, and that. That's not so good. How did she pick that up? And this is then those bad traits. I'm not so worried because she's currently slowest, and she's picked up a slower, and fertility 3, and she's picked up a 4. But I wanted to keep it so that it was the same. If I feed back in these ones, which are the perfect specimens, perfect ones that I wanted. Oh, they've got slower and 3. Maybe with another cycle through, she might work and start producing nice babies that are always the same. Let's see. She's got a fast production though, so how many did she make? She made 2 in that life cycle. Not too bad. Each one of these makes 1 redstone, and I'm using a lot of redstone in the system, so I really want to get maybe 3 bees running at once, maybe more, because I can use redstone to make all things go a bit further with a tome of Akest. Let's head on back over to Bowlef, so I'll meet you over there. Picking up a load of random stuff in my inventory as I go through here every time. Just dump it in there. Cultivated drone, industrious drone. Just random stuff that I'm picking up as I go in. Thank you, Rain. You can shut up now. Let's see what's down here then, see what we got. Oh, more random pollen. He's overflowing with stuff, that's the trouble. That's the isolator. Here we go. Right, so we've managed to get both of these as excited queens. Yes. So, what do we need to do to this one? Lifespan shorter. Not really worried about the lifespan. Speed slowest, so we need to give her the fastest serum for a start. And this one also speed slower. So both of them need the faster serum. Faster serum I chalked up a little while ago. There we go, 12 out of the 16 charges. So let's... oh, 1 charge left. That took a hell of a lot then. Let's put them through the fast production. Let's get fast into their genes. And let's recharge the other one. It's only got 1 left. Let's recharge it all the way up. And I'll be back in a bit. I'm going to get these bees cycling through so we can have 3 of the bees on the go at the same time. And then we can try and AE link them all together. Okay, so we have them. We have them. This excited queen likes cactus. Everything else, all the same traits. Everything else, all the same traits. So she should produce drones that are all the same to her. This one likes flowers. I didn't change them to rock this time because that was just taking up lots and lots of time and energy. As long as they're the same, they're okay. They can have their own particular hive. Now, the cactus farm's just here. So if I put the one that likes cactuses in here, she should start producing nicely for me in there. And yes, so she is. And then flowers, we could stick the flowers one over here for now. Stick her in there, get her started, and I'll wire this up in a minute. And the lapis one's still going nicely, producing quite a bit of lapis. That's good. Okay, so I've got another 2 or 3 excited queens to do, maybe. I might just try another one in the middle here. Might set another one up here. And then away we go. We should be on and away, and I can start messing about with how to rig it all up in AE. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. I've seen AE being used to maintain bees and look after bees before, but now we've got it so that they should be producing the same drones every time. AE can manage them a lot better and put them back in the right places a lot better. So yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the exciting bees, and we will pick up where we leave off next time.